house. When it comes to remodeling and renovating your home, there is a lot to know, but we've got you covered. This is Around the House.
Welcome to Around the House with Eric G. and Caroline B. Pro Insider Special. This is where we talk about stuff in the trades and what's going on out there in the world of residential construction, design, remodeling, and all of that world. Thanks for joining us today. As you know, this is a separate feed now that you can catch anywhere out there as its own standalone show. Thanks for joining us today. Well, today I wanted to bring up one that's getting interesting because I just saw that they just canceled the New York Auto Show because of the big blast of COVID-19 that's hitting the New York area for mostly the unvaccinated people over there. And we're not going to get into that discussion about that today. But someone shared with me a video today that was on YouTube. And I wanted to bring this up if you're an employer or manager or something like that, because I want to make sure that we're all covered in liability, that we don't get ourselves in trouble. And so what is this? This was somebody spouting off on YouTube saying that they have the coronavirus and their spouse has the coronavirus, and they are continuing to go to work in their retail job and their, I know it's a food delivery service. I'm not sure exactly which one it is, but if you call up a restaurant and somebody dashes food or brings it over to you, it's one of those kind of companies, if you know what I mean. So I can't confirm or deny what it is because I don't know. I don't work for them. So I just know it's one of the major food delivery services, and this is in the Tri-Cities area of Eastern Washington. So we'll leave it at that. So this YouTube video brags about how they both have it. They're still going to work each day, and it's not so bad. But of course, they are both employees. And what I'm worried about is something happening like this to your company and somebody getting sick and them coming after you or your business. Because I'll be honest, if you knew that one of your employees had it and they were showing up to a job site and somebody got hurt, sick, or killed, guess what? That could be a massive liability because CDC says they shouldn't be at home. They shouldn't be at work. They should be at home getting better. So what are you doing with your business to make sure that you've got that dialed in and you're reducing your risk to those people out there? I mean, I didn't think I'd be sitting here talking about this in August, but that's what's going on. And, we've got this, I think in a few weeks we'll have it wrapped up is my guess. And I've been wrong before, but, if you watch India, they had this variant go through and blast through horribly. And in 3 or 4 weeks, it was over and the discussion was done. So I'm a little concerned that we might have that happening in our trades. So what happens if you're a plumber and you've got somebody that's pulling that can't miss work, that can't do that kind of thing? And then all of a sudden they get somebody sick out there and somebody finds out that they've been dodging it and not being honest with everyone. So just be very careful. Keep an eye out as a manager, an employee, an owner. Just make sure that you've got people dialed in out there, that they are good to go. And if they're starting to get symptoms, get them checked. There's always a way to do this without putting someone else at risk, because there's plenty of people out there that have not been vaccinated, that can't get vaccinated, or vice versa. I had my double dose of Pfizer, and I have been running around honestly without a mask because in my area they recommend it, but it's not required. And if I get it, odds are, looking from my point of view, that's where it is. And I think I'm going to be fine. And if I'm not, I made that conscious choice. So I'm not going to sit here and get onto a big soapbox about who should be, who shouldn't, and what the rules are. But that's how I'm doing it. And that's my personal choice. But if I'm sick and I'm showing up at people's places, now I've got a big responsibility there, because if someone gets sick because of me and I knew I could have prevented it, that's a problem. So I just want everybody to really be careful about what's going on there. Now, here's something I wanted to talk about a little bit that I've been watching, and I want to make sure that for all of us in the design, remodeling, residential construction business out there, that we're keeping an eye on things. So right now we're seeing lumber prices crash. And I think they're going to stay mostly down, but they could pop up here this fall when more and more home builders get going. But I am still seeing, as I've talked about before, many of the same issues as far as supply chain issues. And if you talk to people that are manufacturers in China, where many things are coming from appliances to other building materials, they have months worth of stuff backed up in factories that are produced and no way to get it here. And the ports have ships backed up on the West Coast, at least, backed up for months on end. So this is going to go through next year. But what I'm really worried about is I know most of my builders, remodelers right now are booked up into January, February, March. They're already booked, contracted, done. If that was me and I have products that are going to be here for January, February, March for a remodel, I'll be honest, I'd be ordering them now. I'd be getting those things ordered, get them coming, because there's still cabinets at 12 weeks from some major companies. I'm seeing 20 weeks for some things, and that puts you out into that time frame. So make sure that you've got those deposits from your clients, you've got those materials ordered, and that you're going to be decent space to go. Because I think some of this big stuff we are going to have again into 2022, and I mean probably into now of 2022, we're going to see construction picking up for homes. There's going to be more building homes with lumber prices going down because plenty of people held off because we have such a huge shortage of them out there that all those materials from faucets to drywall to HVAC equipment, that is still going to continue to be short supply. And that means that that's going to affect your building project and all that. So get it ordered, get it stored at the job site, make sure that it's covered on people's insurance, and get it there so you have it. So I would not wait. If you have a January, February model, and if you're waiting to order stuff in November, you easily could be months behind when it comes around. And you as a contractor or a builder, and even a designer, that means that's your schedule that's getting blown up and a homeowner that's not going to be happy. So I would continue to look through that into next year, probably through most of 2022, because I still don't think that we have the capacity to get on top of it yet. And I don't see any crashes coming. I see, higher cost of living for everyone, but I think that that's still not going to affect housing in the next year would be my best effort guess on that. All right, everybody. Well, we got a fun show this weekend, and I want you to tune in for it because we got a lot of things going on. We're going to be giving away a Ecobee with voice control smart thermostat. So we've got Ecobee on the show. We'll be talking about what all their products are doing, as well as we've got so much more about healthy homes that we're going to be actually doing a healthy home episode with Caroline on the first hour. And we're going to be talking about how to get your home healthier. Maybe it's wildfire smoke. Maybe it's humidity. Maybe it's, chemicals. Maybe it's mold and mildew, dust mites. We're going to talk about some of the best ways to keep your home clean and keep it dialed in. And this is going to be a good one. And so this weekend and next weekend are the 2 weekends for the contest over on Around the House. So you can make sure and catch that. With anything else, if you want to catch that Around the House podcast, that is over at aroundthehouseonline.com, or just look for the Around the House show and you'll find it right there. And you can always look for that cartoon mug of Caroline and I, and that's where you're going to find the show. All right, everybody, that's all I've got for you this week. I'm going to be booking kind of on vacation a little bit this week, so bear with me in the coming weeks here once we get things settled down a little bit more with the regular show and some cool, fun changes we're making there. You'll see with some extra stuff on the radio coming out, which is going to be a lot of fun. But more importantly, you'll be seeing this turning into a much bigger and larger interview style show as well. We'll be talking to a lot of big people. All right, everybody, have a great rest of the week. Happy Thursday. Thanks for listening to Around the House Pro Insider.